Welcome back to the day 2 of CSS Beginners to Advanced series. Hi all, welcome. Please join fast. Today we will be covering the CSS Basics of day 2, and tomorrow we will be going on to the topic which is very important called as Flexbox. I hope you all will be able to see my screen properly and my voice is also clear. One second. Hi all, welcome. Please join fast. Welcome Sumit ji. How are you? I hope you are able to see my screen and able to hear my voice. Please confirm Sumit ji. I am waiting for response. We will be starting in next 2 to 3 minutes with the CSS basics. And let me tell you one thing. Today will be the day 2 and you all will get a participation certificate in the YouTube live chat where you need to fill it and submit it online. System will automatically issue the participation certificate for all the candidates who are eligible and have completed all the 5 days workshop and fill the attendance form. Yeah, thanks Vikas. Thanks. Sumit is not active, but Vikas is there. So thanks Vikas. So I hope you all are clear with the participation certificate eligibility criteria. And yesterday we have completed the CSS Basics Part 1. Today we will be going with the CSS Basics Part 2. Tomorrow will be Flexbox, and the last 2 days will be for Grid. And we'll try for a small project on Friday. That is the last day. So waiting for some more people to join. After that, we will start the CSS Basics Part 2. Yesterday, we have completed how to add CSS, how to add colors, font properties, scaling of form, scaling of list. Scaling of list, scaling of form we will be doing today. And font properties we have covered, units of measurement we have covered. These things we have covered yesterday. Tomorrow we will be completing alignment, floating, and scaling of forms, and positioning we will do, and how to insert image, how to position an image, that we will be doing today. And some more topics are there. I don't remember the names, but we'll keep including in the lecture. So time has started running now. So let's start now. It's already 3 minutes. We have waited for the people. So I again request you all to please like the video because it will help the YouTube to actually run in its algorithm and helps to reach to the to more and more people who are actually looking for this type of contents in YouTube. So please like it, please subscribe to the channel, and also we will be sharing the WhatsApp group link in some time in the YouTube live chat. Please join for further updates, further boot camps, further training sessions, and for the projects. We also will be doing projects in some weeks. We have actually completed front-end mentor projects, and we will be again starting in some time also. So let's start now. It's 4 minutes past, and we have to cover a lot of things today. So as you all know, yesterday we have completed styling of list, which you all can see is that this category is the styling of list part. So today we will be completing the styling of forms. As you all have seen many in across all the web pages where you have to fill your name, fill your email address, fill your mobile number, or fill your personal details, your login ID, your password to enter it. So how to create those forms and how to actually style it, as CSS is basically used for styling only. So in order to create, in order to style the form, let's create a form first, then we will move on to the styling part. So for this is the div of this one. Perfect. So let's do one thing. Let's create a form, and we will have the class here, and the class we will give as my form, and inside it we will have a div, and let's give also a class of form group, and in this div we will have a label, and it's not label for, let's have the label for, one second, let's have the label. In this label we'll have the name. Okay, let's save it, and the name is there. So, and after this label we'll have the input type, as text, and we'll have the name as, it is not required, so we will remove it. Save it. As you all can see, this have created. So one second, Control C. So we will have this input type as email, email, email. And the last one we will have the label as message, and here we will use the text area function. One second. Text area feature, ID is not required, column is not required. Perfect. And email is there, name, email, and message is there. Perfect. So after this we will have input. One second, let me have use the shortcut input type submit. No, it will not work. Input type email, no, it will not work. So input type submit is there. Let me check it. Yeah, perfect. Input type is submit is there. Value is sub, value is submit, and we'll use a class here as, one second, button. Perfect. Saving it, and here as you all can see, let me use the capital S. Okay, so a basic structure of form is created, and now we will be using the styling of forms. As you all can see, this form looks very ugly, very ugly. Why? Because it is created in a basic HTML. But as you all know, without CSS, it will not look in a perfect way. So, one second. Okay, fine. So, let's target the classes what we have created. We have created two classes. One is for form, my form, and other is for the label and input. So let's copy it. Always copy the class, it will help you in many ways. Dot my form space form group, control C, space dot form group. Using space, you can give CSS to multiple classes. We'll have the padding bottom, yes. We'll have the 15px, save it. So as you all can see, spaces have inserted. So now we will use, one second, let's place properly. We will use the my form label, perfect, and have the display as block. So things have appeared one below the another. So here, let me give some more styling to dot my form and here we'll have input, we'll have input, one second, input type equals to text, and we'll close the bracket, comma, sorry, comma my, one second, it will not work here, space, comma my, why this is not coming, one second. Okay, dot my form, input type equals to text, space, okay, got it, inverted comma is required, space, comma my, second, space, comma my form is text area. We will give the padding, one second, some error is there. We will, one second, this have double inverted commas. Now it is perfect. Padding, we'll have the padding as 8px, and we'll have the width as 100%. Saving it, and as you all can see, the width have changed to the available size. So here, what we will do, one second, let's close it and save it. So hi Tyagi ji, good evening. So we'll do one thing here also. Let's have let me do one thing. Let me save it. Okay, fine. So this is the one second dot my form input text type will my okay form padding is 8 px which is 100% perfect. So we'll have the border as none and text align center. One second, text align center line height. Line height will be, let's say, 34 px, and border radius. Where is border radius? Let's give some border radius also, which is 0.2 rem. No, we'll use em here. And font size. Where is font size? Here is font size. We will use font size as 1 rem. Yesterday I've told you what is rem, and color will have white, and have the background as 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐜𝐚𝐿𝐴. Save it. So now, as you all can see, the styling of button is completed now. So we will use one more property. Okay, it is responsive also. So here, let me do one thing. Let's have a look at the HTML code. Here the form is there, class give, okay, perfect. And dot form group, okay, label is message, text area is message, okay, fine. And here one second, let me increase the size. Dot form group, label width have 100%. Okay, let me not use it, save it. Okay, fine. So moving on to the next part. Moving on to the next topic, which is basically alignment and floating. As you all know, alignment as a name suggests, alignment as a name suggests, uh, alignment as a name, you all have heard the name alignment. So as you all can see, alignment is basically placing the things in a proper way, fine. And floating is how to float the content, how to float the item in the web page in the top direction, left, right, or bottom. So In order to understand the alignment and floating concept, we will actually have to use we will actually have to create a basic HTML structure. So let me create this first. So let's create a div, and let's have a class and have the class name as block. And inside this div, let's create a h h2. So 1 second, h2, and we'll use not no class here inside it. We'll give the name as heading 2. Let me see how many h2 are there. h2 h2. So let me do, I need to actually comment out this thing, else, oh, no. Let me change it to h6. Okay, perfect. So it is h6 now. And here also sorry, control F, and h2 h2 will change it to h6, otherwise it will overlap. Okay, fine, perfect. So going back to the HTML structure, mm, not required. Okay, fine. So header 2, and after that we'll have a paragraph tag. Inside this paragraph tag, let's have some lorem 20 dummy characters there. We have inserted some dummy character here, and let me do one thing. Mm, 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 mm. Let me disable something because it is going below the page. So 1 second, commenting out the things so that the okay, fine. So we have created this p, and after this p, let's create another div. Control C. No, 1 second. Let's copy it out and create another this. We'll have this as heading 3, and changing this again, have this, changing this to heading 4. So saving it, and now as you all can see, where is heading to? 1 second, why h2 is not coming? One second. Let me see why h2 is not coming. 1 second. Okay, because there is some gap. So let's have h2, and heading to, saving it, and now it started coming. Actually I have copy pasted, so the error have actually pasted everywhere. So saving it to, changing it to h3, and this to h, what is it, 1 second, 2 3, and here we change to 4. So perfect now. So as you all can see, we have created a div and inside this div we have created a class, and with the name of the class is common, which is block. And inside this div, inside every div, we have created some paragraphs. In order to show, yes, Omkar ji, Omkan ji, you can ask. We will reply once we get time. You can put your question here. So here we will be going on to the alignment property. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's copy the class name and going back to the styling part, save it, and now let's one second dot class name control V and have the property of float left. As you all can see, entire content have floated towards the left part. So now what we did, we actually changed the block level content in a row level pattern using the float property, float left, and dividing the 100% width of the screen to 33.33% to one of the header. This is called as alignment. So this is basically the alignment property, where if you have three columns, you can use this property of float and width 33.33%. So let's do one thing. Let's inactive one first. Inactive a column using comment out, save it, and we will use the width as 50%. And here, as you all can see, half of the available page will be shared by heading 2 and half of the available page will be shared by heading 3. So there is one more property which is called as BR. BR is the break row, and another property which is called as HR. HR is the horizontal rule. See this line, or let me do one thing. Let me do one thing. Okay, let's have BR HR. So this line, as you all can see, is the horizontal rule. A plain line will be created here. So moving back to one second, let me save it. So going back to uh, the HTML basic structure, let me also use float left and float right property. Let me do some changes here. One second. Block 2 and block 1. Okay. So control C, and here let me use dot block 1 float left, and will have the width of 70%. In case if you wish to give more space, block float right at 30%. Save it. So what we did, the available space we have given 70% of the available space we have given to the left portion, and 30% we have given to the right portion. See, depending on the content size, 70% portion we have given to the left part and the 30% we have given to the right part. This is called as a float left and float right property. So let us add some styles here. We'll have the padding of 15px, and we'll have the border of 2px solid and wallet color. So as you all can see, this is created. Let me copy it and paste it to this, save it. So as you all can see, two boxes have created, but they are not looking good. So in order to fix it, there is a special property which is called as box sizing as border box. Save it, and we will use the same property in the second class also, and they have actually fixed the issue. So with the help of box sizing border box, you can actually fix it. So moving on to the next part, which is basically called as positioning in CSS. What is positioning? Positioning is basically to position a content or to position an item in the web page. So there are actually four types of positioning which can be used in order to place an item. First one is the static, relative, absolute, and fixed. Static is basically the normal behavior which the content uses it to place self. This is called as static. Static is nothing but it is a normal behavior of adding any content. So let's create another div, and inside this div we'll have h2, and we'll have h3, and we will give CSS, and we will have fresh. So save it. So as you all can see, or let me do one thing. Let me actually comment out the entire thing. Okay, fine, perfect. So why I did this? Because we have already taken h1, h2, h3, h4, and it will create a mess in this. So let's use a class. We'll have the class as p box, position box. So copy the class name and going back to the style.css, have why it is red dot control v. So as you all can see, how to actually position content. So height as 500 px. Okay, we will use a width also in px. Save it. Okay, after that we'll have a border of 1px solid or with violet color. So Oh, let me change it to 300 and we'll change it to 1000. Oh, no, 1000 very big, 800. Okay, fine, perfect. So saving it, and as you all can see, a box is created, and now we will be actually position our content inside the box from top, from left, from right, or from bottom, and also position the content from the top of the page, from the bottom of the page, from the left of the page, or from the right of the page. So we are doing the positioning considering the base as a box and considering the base as the start of the web page. So how to use it? For this, we have, one second, we have used h2. Okay, for this we have a special property called as positioning. So dot p box space, we have used h2. We will use the as position as absolute, and after this, from top, we want the content to move 40 px. So as you all can see, let me, one second, 40 px is, one second of 40 px. See, so from top, 40 px is basically the start of the web page. If I change it to 80 px, see, it have gone below the crash course. Earlier it was above the crash course. Okay, so here what is happening, it is basically calculating this 80 px from the top of the web page, not from the box. So in case if you want this content to move from the start of the box, you need to use the relative property. So let me insert it the as position relative, save it, and now as I saved it, from the top of the box, the content CSS have moved to 80 px. Fine. So now let me do one thing. Let me change. Okay. This is ST. So now let me do one thing. Let me target P box H3 again. Position as absolute. One second, one additional space I have recorded here. Position as absolute, and from bottom I want it to move from towards the up side and have a movement in the right side of 80 px. Save it. So as you all can see, this crash course we have moved towards from the bottom and from the right. So this, using this positioning property, you can actually move any of the content in any of the position where you want to use it. So moving on to the next property of positioning, which is called as the fixed button. So for this, let's do one thing. Let's create a button and we'll have the name of the button as FIX fixed button. will give a class as FIXED as fixed. So save it. A button is there, fix button. So let's target this fix button using the fix button positioning property. So dot class name will have the position as fixed, and we will use from top. We want to fix on 50 px. Second, okay. So from top 50 px, let's give it to 100 px. It will always stick fixed. So this is the position fixed property where you can actually stick a button wherever you wish to. So so what I want to say, irrespective of the size of the page, the position will fix from 100 px from the start of the page. This is the position fix property. So let me tell you, or let me remind you all once again, in order to be eligible for the participation certificate, you all have to fill all the 5 days attendance form and submit it. This attendance form will only be available in the YouTube live chat and nowhere else. You have to click the link, you have to fill it, and you have to submit it. And please like the video. This is for your betterment, for your refreshment of knowledge, for your practice. Second most important thing, please subscribe to the channel. We will be conducting a lot of sessions, we will be conducting a lot of boot camps for you, for all you people, to make you, to guide you on the way of a web development. Also, I request you to please join the WhatsApp group. The link we will be sharing in some seconds, in some time in the live chat. So please join it so that you will get the latest updates, or in case you can have any doubts, you can ask there. So that's it. Moving on to the last part of the CSS basics, what we will be covering today. What is that? One second. Is the background image part. So as you all know, without image nothing is possible. Nothing. Image actually changes the view of a web page. So in order to use it, let's create a basic structure, or let me do one thing. One second. Inside it, let's create a folder, 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐴𝐺𝑒𝑠, change it, save it. As I saved it, this folder has automatically been appeared here. So let me do one thing. Let me copy UNSPLSH unsplash. Okay, let's create a image from unsplash.com. Unsplash.com is a site where from where you can download any of the images. Some images are free, some images are chargeable. That depends. So let me show in folder. Okay, fine. Go next. We'll move to the one second. Okay, one second. Okay, fine, perfect. So we will actually insert this image here. So one second, let me see this actually is there or not. Okay, fine, perfect. So we have actually inserted the image in the VS Code, and now how to actually, oh, where is the page? One second. Close it. One second, one second. Let me again go live. This is basically the MacBook, and Safari is the by default browser. So I will not be preferring Safari because it is not supportive a lot. That's why I am using Chrome, and in Flexbox and Grid I will show you, I will explain you with the help of Mozilla. So as you all can see, the image have been added in our images folder, and so in order to use it, let me use, where is the position box here, we will insert, close it. Okay, fine. So in this box, where is the box? Okay, fine. We will insert the image background image as, with the help of URL images and this Oppo image. So save it. As you all can see, image have properly inserted here. Image have inserted, but not properly, as actual image is like this. But what do we see doesn't relate with the actual image. So closing it. So in order to use it, we have a property where you can actually fix it, fix the image, and place the image with the help of background repeat as no repeat. Save it. But as the size of the image is large, so it will not make a proper alignment, and for in order to fix it, we will use the background size property as cover. So this is how the image is properly available, but as we have given the box of 300, let me change it to 800 px. So as you all can see, the image have properly inserted inside the box without repeating it, and with the help of complete cover option, the complete image is being present inside the box. So now moving on to the next topic in CSS basics part, which is called as the pseudo classes. This will extend the way we target the classes. So let's go to our index.html and create an unordered list with some more items. So let's go to the index.html, and we will have unordered list, and inside the order we'll have li into 8, li into 8. Perfect. and we'll have the class as my list. Sorry, my list, and we'll have uh, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Save it. Now, as you all can see, 7 items from 1 to 7 has been created here. So now let's go to the style.css and we'll add style to the list item we have created. So we have dot li first child have the as background as 𝐏𝐴𝐞𝐢𝐜𝐴. So as you all can see, the background color of first child has changed to aqua. So now let's target the last child. We will use the copy paste option, and here we will use the last child, and we'll change the color to which color? Gray color. And you can see the last item have changed the background color to aqua. So now if we want to target the mid of the item, so here is a property which is called as nth child, and we will give the item number, the child number 3 as a gray color, but we will use the yellow dirty yellow color here the yellow color we have added for the item number 3. This is the pseudo classes with the help of which you can target any of the item. So adding, let's copy it once more, and or let me have we'll have another property in the pseudo classes where you can actually target odd and even. Odd and even, let me do one thing. 1 second. We'll have nth child even, and let me control C and control V, and I usually comment out these things, and we'll have odd as AQUA aqua color. So as you all can see, odd and even, in odd and even pattern, you can actually change the color giving a simple command to the entire list. So with this, we have done up with the CSS basics part, and tomorrow same time we will be starting with CSS Flexbox. So make yourself comfortable at that time, and all the best. Take care.